And we are live with session 56 of our Drowned Gods campaign. And we left off at a bit of a cliffhanger last time with Akalupu Jr. Holding a number of firebombs and very much, I imagine, prepared to grab more as soon as Manoanui was out of sight.
Oh, 100%.
And we technically do have Akalupu notes. Do you want to read them?
Sure. Cuckoo biters are surrounding the tower. The end.
End of story. That's all that happened last time. No, unfortunately, I cannot give you. Oh, I should say, everyone reset your hero point pools to 1. But yeah, can't really give you a hero point for that.
Understandably, unless anybody else wants to, I will do the recap though.
Yep, that was going to be my next question. Who wants to give the recap? We've already got a volunteer, so unless someone else wants to jump in, that's great.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't want to do it, but I don't think Anna should do it.
That's true. You know, we have had Manoanui / Anna doing it for quite a while. Maybe it is time to give someone else a turn.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, like, I'm doing it, but like I also like feel like I should give somebody else a turn.
I can try. I mostly remember what happened to me, though.
Were you volunteering, Abe? Did you want to do it?
No. I was actually going to volunteer Jason. If I'm being honest.
Well, then that works. Go ahead, Jason.
So for my storyline, we'll start there. Ip and Burn Bright were exploring an ancient cave system. It was populated by some bridges, and we were looking for some artifacts. What is the little robot guy's name?
Gur.
Gur.
It's a General Intelligence Robot is what that stands for.
What show is that from?
I stole the basic character concept from Invader Zim.
Zim. I never watched that show, honestly.
It's a great one. Highly recommend. And it like ended after a couple seasons, sadly, so it's not even that much to catch up on.
I'll definitely check it out. Anyway, Gur, Burn Bright's little robot, was kind of leading the way by virtue of just ignoring what I was telling it.
Hey, no, he did what you told him to, not what you intended, but he followed instructions.
Absolutely, that's true. And so in his malicious compliance of my instructions,
malicious compliance,
he discovered an old robot with ancient tech, which was definitely malfunctioning and broken.
Yeah, it was a repair robot. So like that's what it was supposed to do. That's why it was trying to repair, well, quote unquote, repair Gur's face.
Yeah, but the repairing was more like a fire torch.
Yeah, no, it was not going to go well for anyone if that robot got a hold of him.
And so Ip tells Gur to eliminate the competition, which Gur has mixed feelings about because they are kin. He also finds out later on that he's not alive, so he doesn't really get to have feelings about it. And so we end up incapacitating the robot, breaking it down into parts, and bringing it back with us.
Yeah, and then you guys headed out and you camped for a little bit and did some crafting.
Yeah, we did a bit of crafting, upgraded some weapons.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take a look at my weapons now to remember what exactly it was.
It was on the crossbow.
Striking +1 dark vision crossbow. Let's go.
Right? Yeah, no, those scopes should be pretty sweet.
And then yeah, we headed off. We decided to go check on Manawa Nui and Junior, who we had not heard from in quite a while. A little bit over a week. And so yeah, we saw some smoke and we set off in that direction.
Well, you did get close enough to use the scopes on your crossbows to figure out what was going on.
Oh, we did? We saw the Cocoa Biters? I forgot about that. Which direction are we coming from?
That is going to be up to you.
Oh, fun.
Because you're far enough away, you can pretty easily circle around to wherever you want. Or technically, the direction you will be coming from, if you just want to go in a straight line, is going to be over to the west, kind of around here-ish.
Okay, that was kind of where I was thinking anyway, so... But yeah, as far as the Junior Manawa Nui storyline... Oh! Manawa Nui saw Topple, right?
Yep. Did you want to try and do Manawa Nui's storyline, or should we make Abe do that? Kind of just break it out like we did the actual session.
No, I like that.
All right, Abe. You want to give us a recap of your half?
You
and
volunteer
Junior?
me, I volunteer you.
Exactly.
So here's the story. Manawa Nui wakes up surrounded on all sides by Cocoa Biters. I should say it wakes up from a very disturbing dream where Manawa Nui felt captured and in some cold space, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you dreamed that you were locked up in a dungeon, basically like chained to the wall, and no one had come by, not even guards. Like there was no one bringing food by. You were just left to rot. And the only company you had were the occasional wails that you could hear from presumably other prisoners kind of floating through the door to your cell.
That is correct. And then, wake up, take stock of my room, look at my old book, call up for Junior after having a very rude encounter with the leader of maybe more like self-proclaimed leader of the Cocoa Biters.
No, he didn't even claim to be a leader. It was just one of the random guys. You've seen a guy who has like a fancier helmet than the rest of them up here.
Oh, nice.
But
That's not the guy who was standing on the dinosaur.
No, the guy standing on the dinosaur is over here right now.
Okay.
But no, it was just one of the random Cocoa Biters was doing a feast your eyes.
So then Manawa Nui attempts to Ray of Frost this guy, as you do, but it misses barely. And then, subsequently, she calls for little Akalupu, or Junior, as she affectionately calls him.
Yeah, who I feel like Junior is actually like 2 to 4 inches taller than Akalupu ever was. Like every generation, they're just gonna get bigger.
Little Junior.
Mm-hmm.
And then little Junior, having
Big Junior
rolled his eyes in a very dramatic way. Presumably, this is all an assumption on Manawa Nui's part. Ungratefully comes up the stairs, after she's fed him. I'm sorry. Fed him, clothed him, all that stuff. And then she explains a plan. She's going to sneak out. She's going to break out of the encirclement they find themselves in. And to do so, she needs him to throw some bottles of fire magic. Don't worry about it. And then I think there's a break there, right? And then when we come back, Monomanu is coming down the stairs, gets transported into Topple's realm.
Yeah, you did skip the crafting was probably the other important thing that happened before then.
Oh,
Because that's what
right.
you spent the majority of your day doing.
She helps Akalupu Jr., little Akalupu Jr., little big guy, craft his little Aztec weapon. Because he crafts, so the Bloodstone is kind of at the heart of this weapon, and there's channels that, when you, for instance, drain your opponent with it, all the blood gets sucked into the Bloodstone. That's right, because, she, as much as she gives him a hard time, she wants him to, what's what I'm looking for? She wants him to succeed in life, under her tutelage, of course.
Yeah, succeed in murder at least.
Yeah,
And collect some blood in the process.
And then, you gave me a look. Oh, okay. I thought you were give me a, I'm like, what? I didn't do nothing. And then, after all that, she gets transported into Topple's realm, Topple's office, which has grown quite a bit since we last saw old Topple. Had to run in with a few old friends. There's some what's the word I'm looking for? There's some
Animosity?
catching up. No.
Oh, I thought you meant Timmy.
No, I'm talking about Timmy. Just catching up with old friends. Like, hey, crazy how everything turned out. I'm a witch in a tower. I've got an adopted son. You're here. You're working janitorial services in this other realm. Who would have guessed, right? Am I right?
Exactly.
So checks in with Topple. Topple kind of maybe not so subtly hints that I need to probably leave the island, grow my power, continue to do things like that. I'm trying to think of anything else besides the book that was discussed. I don't think so.
You did ask if there were any other agents.
Oh, that's right. We learned that there were no threatening agents, at least threatening to me on the island that I'm on. But I feel like that leaves enough room to show that there actually are other agents of other patron deities out there.
Well, he did answer that question. He said there was one other on the island, but that he had been friendly to you thus far, and so he didn't expect it to be any sort of a threat.
That's right. So, not too worried about, an old knife in the ribs. But, you never can be too careful,
Yeah, but that gives you some information. It's a male, someone that you know, and has been friendly.
Been friendly too.
And it's not someone that's randomly oh, hey, in the intervening years, here's NPC Joe that you didn't know about. It is someone that you have interacted with.
Could be old JB.
That's what I was thinking. So good old Bonowanui. Gets a little information that way. And then asks if he has any what's I'm looking for, anything on necromancy. To which Topple gives him a huge book. And when I say huge, I mean a 3-foot tall book. That, just to open takes some amount of will and fortitude and strong constitution of stomach to not even use, just to open the book and look at the page.
Yeah.
So then, after that, Mononoe proceeds to be transported back to her tower and fall directly on her face. And the ungrateful Junior refuses to help. Oh, and the book is locked, but I can unlock him up.
Yeah.
That's kind of important.
Yeah, it's locked so that only you and Topple can open it without, like, I mean, obviously there are ways to get around it if, someone powerful enough were to try.
You'd have to make a concerted effort. It's not like, well, I accidentally opened the book. I'm going to see what's inside.
Right, and it's, a magical lock, so someone's not going to just, like, walk up with a pair of lock picks and get in.
And so, the ever ungrateful Junior does not help Mononoe with this giant book. But after she has stowed it away in her tower, she prepares to leave and tells very specifically little Big Junior, that he's only to use two fireball potions. We'll see if that wish is honored.
Yeah. All right, so that catches us up. Jason and Abe, why don't you give yourselves a hero point each? And now that the map is laid out before you, Abe, do you want Mononoe to start at the door where I've kind of placed you, or do you want to head back to the top of the tower, rewind time just a little bit, and kind of survey things before finalizing your plans?
I'm going to head to the top of the tower, survey things a little bit. Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
All right, so let's put you back up there. We'll say that at this point, Akalupu, have you grabbed just the two because Mononoe is watching you, or is this before you grab the potions? The fire...
Akalupu is otherwise engaged for like the next 20 seconds.
All right, no worries. It doesn't really matter at the moment, so yeah. Mononoe, you're up on the top of the parapets, up there with the high ground and everything. You're pretty safe from the blowgunners. A few of them have tried to take pot shots at you before, but they've kind of given up on that.
I have the high ground.
Indeed. You also have some magical wards around your tower that make it even harder to shoot into it, so you feel pretty safe up here.
It does help.
Hey, Thomas, I should have asked this before we started, but based on what you read about the cleric spells, did I set up my character wrong? Do I have too many spells?
No, you're good. So I did message you on Discord, and basically the way that it works is even though you are a prepared spellcaster, unlike a witch or a wizard, you don't have a spell book, or in the case of the witch, your spell book is actually, well, quote unquote, spell book is actually your familiar. Instead, you just get a big list of every spell that is available to you, and then you choose from that entire list what you prepare on any given day.
Oh, so I have access to all the spells.
Exactly. Now, obviously, the cleric spell list is a lot smaller than what's available to a wizard. But anything that a cleric can cast, you have available to prepare at any time you're preparing spells.
Okay, awesome. That's fun. So I should get used to, before the session, or I guess I can do that anytime rest in game.
Yeah, so you prepare your spells on a long rest.
And did I get a long rest?
No.
Or did I use that during the crafting, and so that wasn't a long rest?
Yeah, no, that was basically long rest is when you're spending 8 hours of uninterrupted time resting. So it would generally be when you sleep for the night, right?
Gotcha.
And uninterrupted means mostly uninterrupted. Obviously, if you need to take your watch somewhere in there, that's totally fine. It mostly just means if you are asleep for 3 hours and then suddenly get ambushed, that would interrupt your long rest.
Gotcha.
But feel free to, if you want to, prepare spells since you really kind of just picked whatever. I have no problem with you kind of going through and curating your spells before this fight.
I feel really good about the spells that I actually, so
All right, sweet. Okay, so Manawanui, you are, on the top of the tower looking around. You can see the whole map, so do you want me to describe anything? Do you have any questions?
Well, first off, I'm just gonna survey and see if I see anything of note. Like maybe I see a sleeping guard here. Maybe I see a conspicuous barrel of explosive fluid. Maybe I see two little sneaky ponies sneaking around.
That is actually a good question. You might be able to see Ip and Burn Bright. So yeah, give me a perception check. We'll see what you can see from up there.
Alrighty. I got a 15.
All right, you do not see Burn Bright and Ip. They are being fairly stealthy anyway because they were coming up onto kind of an unknown situation and then surveying it. And they did that from kind of behind a hill, if I remember correctly, as well. So you would have had to roll pretty well to spot that. I
ain't no PPOP, Mom.
Yeah, exactly. Not quite. You don't have Grace Glimmer's eyes or anything.
Or do I? In a box above my cabinet.
That's a good point. Grace Glimmer, quote unquote, left the island for more adventures. So.
Yes, and she left in a different voyage than everyone else. So.
Yep. Yeah, Grace Glimmer was not on the voyage that had Manawanui and PPOP on it.
I'm not saying I have her eyes.
But you're not saying you don't either. All right. So other than that, you definitely see that up here to the north seems to be kind of their main encampment. It's got the tents. It's got, like I said, the guy with the slightly fancier helmet who you assume to be kind of a leader of the group. Who's this guy right here? They've created kind of like makeshift earthenwork barriers around the entirety of your tower, so you can see that as well.
Okay.
Which will provide them cover.
Okay.
From the tower side.
I have a quick question. If I were to try and go over that, would that be like a scaling thing, or is it like a gentle enough rise that I could I wouldn't have to
It would be difficult terrain, but no, you would not have to do like a climb check. It's not like a cliff.
Yeah. Okay.
Their building skills are not nearly that good. They've basically dug out a trench and then moved the dirt in front of the trench as a barrier. So they've got the ground behind is a little lower and the ground in front is a bit higher, but it's mostly just kind of like a little earthenwork berm.
Nice. And are these guys in the water?
The ones down here?
Yeah.
Yes, those guys are currently swimming.
Okay.
So you do see that. You see some guys chilling in the water, just splashing each other and having a good time. I'm sure the blowgunners are using their blowguns as snorkels and other shenanigans.
Just having a grand old time.
Oh yeah, no, these guys are laughing and just having the time of their lives. Up to the north, around that fire, a number of them are dancing and chanting around the fires, unga chukka, stuff like that. There is a large tent here and a couple of smaller tents over here. They have kind of a number of supplies and other kind of woodwork features, so you'll see those scattered around as well, and a number of campfires set up, blazing away, providing light at between bright and dim light over pretty much the entire area.
Okay, here's my question. There seems to be a gap here.
Where?
Is that in fact so?
Where?
So in this area?
I mean, As far as you can see, there is, a space between these two guards, if that's what you mean.
And is this fire's light bright enough to like illumine this area?
Yes, everything is at least dim light on the entire map.
Okay. Cool beans. Do I notice anything else particularly?
I mean, a few of them are napping, but they definitely have an active guard across pretty much the entire perimeter. Like they've been waiting for you to come out because they're pretty convinced that eventually they'll starve you out so that they can take this as their new home.
Well, that's too damn bad. I'm just kidding. Okay.
But they have also given up the idea of like attacking your tower because that has gone poorly for them.
Alrighty.
And the Stegosaurus up here in the northwest is still just, chilling, eating some grass.
Being a good old Stegosaurus.
Exactly.
As a quick question, before anything ensues, can I cast false life on myself as like an action outside of combat? So does that make sense?
I assume so. Is there anything in the spell that would indicate it's only usable in combat?
No, I don't think so.
Let's see. Where is false life? There it is. Duration 8 hours, semantic and verbal. You create a reservoir of vitality from necromantic energy, gaining a number of temporary hit points equal to 6 plus your spell casting ability modifier. Yeah, you can cast that whenever. It just costs the spell slot.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. I'm gonna cast that. What's my spell casting modifier?
So your spell casting modifier.
Is that like intelligence or wisdom?
I think as a witch it is intelligence. Don't remember for sure. Let me check. Yeah, as a witch it is intelligence. I think you get some stuff added to it beyond just intelligence, though. Yeah, so it's 11 is your spellcasting modifier. It's basically like what you would add to the spell if you were to do an attack. So you can see like Ray of Frost is a plus 11 on the attack.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna add 11 temporary hit points to myself, just in case.
No, it's 6 plus your modifier, right?
Yeah. Oh, which is 4, so 10.
What? No, your modifier is 11, and it's 6 plus 11, which is not 10.
Okay. Catching on.
17 temporary hit points.
Hey, that's even better. That's like legitimately my hit point pool is 21 as it is. So
yeah, but you also have stamina points. Oh, and you would have, I don't know. Oh, right, because you fell on your face. That's why you have some stamina point damage. If you want to, I mean, at some point throughout the day, you could have taken a 15-minute break to recover your stamina points, though. So if you want to set that back.
No. I shall. The motto I knew it goes hard. That's it.
Exactly.
She's a taskmaster. She's like, I expect nothing less from you, Afalupu. Okay, so Mono Wandui.
And don't forget to give yourself an extra hero point, too. It looks like you still only have the one.
Oh, that's true. Whoops, not. Nope. Just one. Just the one. Okay. Okay.
Oh, and speaking of
No.
stamina points, Anne already knows this because I told her about it when we were building our character. But unlike in Starfinder, where everyone has access to the ability to spend one of their stamina points, or not stamina points, your what is it, resolve points, I think, to recover half of your stamina. That's actually a feat that you have to take. So unless you have the feat that specifically allows that, which Akalupu did pick up, you cannot recover stamina mid-combat that way.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because I would have done that. Okay. So Mono Inui, in her head, is going to plan to sneak out this way and go over here and make a run for it. Well, a proverbial run. In reality, it should be more of a slow slinking, shifting type of thing.
All right.
Alright, so Akalupu, going to need you to throw. How far is the range? Like, if someone's throwing range?
I think the default range increment for thrown items, if you don't have any like specialization on them, is 15 feet.
Ooh. Well, that's a bother.
Well, you're not necessarily really trying to hit anything with them. They're largely a distraction, right?
More to get everybody to go, just run over to wherever they're being thrown. Look over
You
there.
can check the item description, though. It might say something particular.
Alright, Akalupu. What? Okay, pal. I'm going to need you to throw your fire potions over there on my signal. And
Signal again?
just the two. I'm going to speak into your brain because I have message. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Okay. So that is what Mono Inui is going to do.
All right, cool. So you head back down to the door now, and Akalupu grabs some fire bombs, some alchemist's fire.
As far as to launch.
All right, Akalupu, you are now standing in front of the cabinet full of about a dozen alchemist fires. They're very pretty glass bottles. You can see the flickering orange light of the fire playing across their surface. They're speaking to you. You can hear their voices in a crackling rasp saying, "Use us. Use us and kill your enemies."
I grabbed two. Aiming chance.
I admire your restraint. As you start stepping away, you're almost certain you can hear the ones left behind making sad noises.
Don't worry. I'd make them back. Oops.
All right, so Ip, you and Burn Bright are posted up on a hill a little ways distant from the tower, and have kind of surveyed the situation. You want to make a perception check?
Sure thing.
We'll have Burn Bright do one as well.
Oof. Nat 1.
Oh no. All right, so you're too busy. I don't know. What are you doing? What's distracting you at the moment? Clearly something is.
Reading a book.
You already know that your friends are being attacked and you're like reading a book.
Yep.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to figure out the answer as to how to smite them with divine powers in my religion text that I keep with me at all times.
Verily. All right, and Burn Bright got a 9. He rolled a 2, so he is like arguing with you, and is like, "Bro, we don't need to like be reading right now. Like they could be in danger. We need to like get in there and like take care of the problem."
We require patience and calm and collective thought. I'm searching for the answer in this book.
Yeah, but like, what if the like cocoa biters are like in the tower already, like stabbing them?
I didn't think of that. Okay. What should we do?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Like, do we want to like attack them? Do we want to like try to sneak into the tower and like see if they're okay?
I think our strength lies in ranged combat, and we'd be best served defending the tower. I don't know how much we would be effective in being behind enemy lines, so we'd need to find a way to get to the tower without being overrun with cocoa biters.
Well, I don't know, bro, because, like, you see all those, like, earthworks they've set up around there? Like, they're pretty protected from that side. But, like, from this side, their butts are, like, hanging out. I feel like flanking would actually be, like, the way to go.
Which side?
Like, from the outside. Because they're all, like, behind their defenses, right? But it's only protecting them from the tower.
And maybe that'll give Manoa Nui and Junior a chance to break through the line.
Yeah. We just have to decide, like, where we want our, like, vector of attack to be. Like, up there to the north, it looks pretty gnarly. So, like, maybe we avoid that?
Yeah, I want to stay as far away as possible from that giant monster to the northwest.
Yeah.
So maybe we come in from the east, sneak around that way.
That seems like probably a good idea. Should we, like, attack those guys by, like, the campfire over there? Or, like, I don't know, go from the side? I feel like if we're trying to make sure, like, as few of them can collapse on us as possible, like, coming from, like, the southeast is probably best.
I agree.
All right, so you guys are gonna circle around and attack from here-ish.
Love it.
Sweet. All right, that is going to take a little bit, obviously. So now that plans are in place, let's go ahead and roll for initiative. Is anyone using anything other than perception?
Nope.
Manoa Nui is using, well, let me see what my perception is in the first place.
It is 10 for perception and also 10 for stealth, so it's the same either way.
Well, just because I'm being stealthy, we're gonna go for stealth.
All right. And then Burn Bright is also going to use stealth because it's better than his perception. All right. Let's go ahead and start combat. All right, so first up, and just to simplify things so that there weren't a million guys on the board in Hero Lab, I've only put in one of each type of enemy, and they're all just going to act on that initiative. So first up is all the Cocoboider blowgunners. So they're kind of like vaguely patrolling around, not doing anything too crazy. Just move a few guys around like that. Those guys can stay. We'll put him there. Put this guy down here. That guy will go a little further. This guy will go here, and then here, and here. All right. So that is the blowgunners. They don't currently have a target, because Monowanui, you are currently still inside the tower, right? You haven't opened the door?
Correct.
All right. And then just for full disclosure, that means you will have to spend one action to open the door.
Well, is there a way I can open the door, like have open the door quietly and sneakily?
I mean, you can try, but then that means they'll get a chance to spot you on this turn. So that's the decision. You can either wait until your turn to open the door, and then they can't spot you yet, or you can have opened it earlier, and they get a chance to spot you here. Because this is not going to be...
Let me see the distance between... hold on.
Yeah, and this will not be passive perception, because they are actively looking for you.
That is a problem. So do you want to be able to get here in one turn? Well, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna say I open the door. Would that be like if I'm trying to blend in though to like the wall and things like that? Like let's say I'm just like leaning up against the little darkness. I imagine that's like here in this little corner.
Yeah, the distance from the fire, like you'll get some advantages from like cover and stuff. Now, once you're trying to cross the open space, that's going to be a bit more difficult.
Well, yeah. That's why I want to do it all in one big go. So, I don't know. So yeah, I will have open the door.
All right, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
$23.
Not bad. Let's get a perception check from them. All right, they either have or have not noticed you opening the door.
Oh, cool.
Cool. All right, so they're gonna do their movements. They're going to obviously do their seek check, which they just did, and then they are all going to prepare an action. And that is their turn. All right, next up is this guy with the hat. He's going to do some sick dance moves. Yeah, he's doing some break dancing just to show off. All right, Ip, how stealthy are you being? Because if you're going to try and be very stealthy on your approach, it is going to take a little bit longer to get there. Or if you're just kind of like mostly going for it, like a light jog, it'll be faster, obviously. Oh, and also, what form are you guys in? You want to be horse form right now or human form?
So we're definitely traveling in horse form.
Yeah, I would argue horse form is the way to go here. Obviously, like, not quite as stealthy, but way faster, and because technically I still treat you as medium creatures, it's only less stealthy flavor-wise. In terms of mechanics, it's the same.
Yeah, but I think I'm probably taking it pretty slow and steady. I want to get within range of my crossbow without anyone noticing me, so I can take a couple guys out.
So since you are circling around to the other side, because you are starting over on the west side, if you continue with the current plan to circle all the way around, it will take you 4 turns to get over there if you're moving at stealth the whole time. So go ahead and give me a stealth check. And unlike
4 turns, maybe we should just go fast.
Yeah, that is an option. Or you can always stealth this turn and change your plan. That's absolutely an option. Because at this point, you're just kind of like off over like, let's see. You're kind of like off over this way right now. And then at the end of this turn, you would be kind of over here, and then over here, and then over there, roughly.
Gotcha. Well, I think maybe we should just take it quickly, because plan is to just take a couple out and then mostly cause a distraction anyway.
Yeah, and don't forget, you do not know that they are currently about to do anything. So as far as you know, you have all the time in the world. You don't know Manawanui is doing anything. You didn't spot Akalupu on the top of the tower because you both rolled terribly.
That's true, but then Burn Bright made it kind of urgent, so we'll take it at B.
All right, but still planning to hit the same, enter in the same area?
Yeah.
All right, then no stealth checks necessary. What is... I guess actually it's just passive perception for them, because they're not looking for you, thankfully. All right, you either have or have not been spotted. I would assume you're going to take your full 3 actions to move?
Yep.
Sweet. All right, you are, especially with your move speed, you are kind of off this way somewhere.
Cool. So, like, one more turn, and then we can probably sneak within range.
Yeah. All right, so that is Ip's turn. Manawanui, you are up.
Actions to take it after Akalupu's turn? Would that be I'm preparing an action to run across?
You can delay your turn, but it will permanently change your position in the turn order.
Well, that's fine because I'm just waiting for. If I wanted to move to say here, that would be a whole new stealth check, right?
Yes. If you're gonna move, that's gonna be another stealth check.
Okay. No, I'll just hold till after Akalupu. Can I do it? Can I just take my turn right after Akalupu takes their turn?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna hold that.
We're gonna defer your action. All right. So now we have the random cocoa biters. This guy's gonna come over here and splash that guy. This guy's gonna eat an apple. This guy's gonna scratch his bum.
Nice.
These guys are gonna keep dancing around the fire while chanting Unga Chaka. And this guy is gonna sneeze and then accidentally fall into the fire a little bit. So he's gonna take some damage. How much health do these guys even have? Okay, yeah, he's not dead. Yeah, that's it. So that is their turn. Well, other than they're also gonna, well, yeah, they're not even gonna prepare an action. That's just their turn. All right, good old Stegosaurus up here in the southwest corner. He's gonna munch some grass. He's gonna turn around and he's gonna hit this guy with his tail and impale him, so he's now dead. And this other guy is gonna just run over and point and laugh.
As you do.
Exactly. All right, Akalupu, you are up.
Alright. Akalupu is gonna throw his vials.
All right, where are you throwing? Do you want to aim for the main camp, see if you can hit their tents? So you're gonna aim for some of the boxes?
Probably some, let's see. Alright, those are boxes. Where are the tents?
Tents are far north, up here.
Okay.
So if you want to hit those, it's going to be a ways, but they are big targets. So even if you miss, there's a good chance it's going to hit something adjacent.
I think I was supposed to throw over here-ish. So I think I'll throw kind of that.
Well, really, wherever you think you can reach and cause the most damage and the most distractibility, as long as it's within that window, if that makes sense.
Okay, well then I'll aim for the tents over here.
All right, cool. So are you gonna aim like in the middle of the two tents? Are you aiming for one specifically? I need to know the exact square you are aiming for.
I think I'm gonna aim for like that one, that square right there.
All right, so it's gonna be. Oh, that was a wrong tool. There we go. So that is gonna be 85 feet. All right, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Alright. And that's like rolling for like fist or
Yeah, fist would be like your basic attack. So that's no, it's a ranged attack, so it would not be fists. It's going to be your dex modifier plus your it's not called base attack bonus anymore. But it's going to be your basic like training level with thrown weapons or ranged weapons.
So would that be like
It would be the same as your javelins.
okay, same as javelins, cool. Okay. So first one is 17.
All right. So how many range increments was it? Was 85 feet? Is that right?
Yes.
I have to get a calculator because 85 divided by 15 is too hard for my tiny brain.
What?
All right. So that's going to be at a -10.
Like 5 point something?
Yeah, 5.666666666 repeating.
Wow, that's
So it's going to be at a -10. And what did you get again, Anna?
17.
All right. So yeah, so you do miss. So I need you to roll a 1d8. All right, a 2. So it is going to veer off downward, which is actually perfect for you because that's going to mean rather than hitting in the square you wanted to, it's going to end up in this square, which is still going to hit the corner of that tent. What is the area on one of these guys? Use listed fire damage, persistent damage, and splash damage. Yeah, but what is the splash size? Because I want to know if it'll hit that one Cocoa Biter or not. It looks like it's just adjacent, so no, you barely won't hit that guy. But you will set the tent on fire.
Well, that's good.
mission accomplished. I think I'm sorry, Aqualoop still has some actions left.
To plug my computer in before it dies. Don't know why nothing has a charge tonight. Alright, so rolling again for like throwing the rest of these, it's gonna have the same drop off as like the javelin, right?
What do you mean by drop off?
Well, like you know how it's like
the second attack, third attack? Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it is going to have the same multi-attack penalty.
Okay. Alright, then I got an 11.
Are you throwing this one at the same spot?
Let's see. I think I'll throw it like here. Actually, throw it like here.
All right. So that is another miss. Go ahead and roll me another 1d8. Another 2. All right. So that is going to end up here. Because you were throwing for this square, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so that's going to end up right there, which will hit one guy. So roll me a 1d8 for damage. All right.
Oh my gosh.
So this guy is going to take 1 point of damage. Obviously, at this point, they're already, screaming and yelling going on. And this guy in particular is now trying to do a stop, drop, and roll.
All right. I've got 3 actions, right?
Correct.
So I can throw one more.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna throw right there.
Alrighty.
I rolled this. So I rolled 7.
All right. So that's another miss. Go ahead and give me another 1d8. All right, a 7.
So now I roll high.
All right, so that is going to veer off to over here by quite a bit because of how significantly you failed the roll. So that is going to land over here. All right, and that is all 3 of your actions. So at this point, there's pretty fire and very, pleasing screams coming from the little cocoa biters.
Nice.
Should have grabbed more fire bombs. They were trying to tell you, man. Now you've only got 1 left. What are you going to do next turn? Walk all the way back down to get more?
Okay.
Or karate jump from the tower and start splitting some brains open.
I think even Akalupu Jr. would not fare well.
No, so what you do, right, as you jump down, you take your up and you into the side of the tower and you kind of use that to slow your momentum.
Yeah, Akalupu,
time.
Manawanui definitely won't mind that you have carved a giant gash into the side of his tower. Her tower.
No, she won't make him repair it in the hottest months of summer.
All right. So that is it for Akalupu's turn.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I know I said I was holding my action until after Akalupu's turn. Are these at this point? Are guys like this distracted?
At this point, none of them have made any. They haven't had a turn change. They haven't changed their plans because it's not their turn yet. But in terms, basically, it hasn't changed much until next turn because it's still within the same turn that everything is happening. They won't be able to do anything different until next turn.
So if I were to say, run to here, would I have any higher chance of not being seen than I would have before Akalupu's turn?
They are now distracted. So any perception checks they would make to spot you at this point would be at disadvantage. Or not at disadvantage as in terms of mechanics, but it would be reduced. They basically have a negative to their perception check now. Or a penalty, I should say.
Mononui has to think.
I think that's their turn.
Well, that would make my job easier. You know what? Mononui's going to go for it. If I want to sneak across this ground, that I assume that like does something to my movement speed.
Yes, while you are sneaking, your movement speed is halved.
Okay. So I'm going to, so let's see, that's 15. So 15 times 3 is 45. I can get to about here.
Yeah, and once you got to there, like once you get close to the earthworks, you will have some cover from them.
Okay.
The same as they'll have from you.
Okay.
Because obviously the earthworks would be between you, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna sneak.
All right.
Let's see. So would that be 3 stealth rolls, or what am I rolling exactly?
I think technically it probably is 3, but just roll 1.
Okay. If I take a hero point, can I take the higher of the 2 or no?
No. So you get to roll, and then if you want to re-roll, you can do a hero point. But you are stuck with whatever the second roll is if you do that.
Well, because it's not like this is a bad one. Well, you know what? If we're doing probabilistic, probability, I've already hit the higher end of the D20 than I would. So we're gonna go with it. I got a 23 because I have a 13 and then a plus 10 for stealth.
Nice. Yep, that's pretty good.
Right. Could be better. Let's see. And like here or here would be basically the same as far as cover.
Depends on from whom. Obviously, the lower one has slightly better cover from the south because you're closer to the berm there.
Yeah.
But in terms of anyone trying to see or shoot you from the west, it's going to be about the same.
I think the people from the west are looking that way, right? So they're not looking that direction. See, these people, they are looking that direction. So I think I want cover from the south more than I want from the north. So we're going to move. Hold on, I got to put my finger on the square. I'm going to lose it when I switch over to... There we go.
All right. So you go there. Unfortunately for you, they rolled pretty dang good when you opened the door. They've seen you this entire time, and their prepared action was to shoot anyone that came out of the tower. So now that happens.
Do I get
A
a...
lot more like crunk.
dun, dun, dun.
All right, let's see. So how many of them can actually get a reasonable shot on you? 75 feet. What's the range on their blowguns? Oh yeah,
And the
easily.
explosion has no bearing on whether or not they want to shoot me or not.
Well,
does it?
they knew that you were there. So
Yeah, but
the
they
explosions
talk
are
to you like
distracting, but they were still ready to shoot you.
Explosions. I'm gonna look over there, maybe put my crossbow down, and have reevaluate my life of violence, and maybe adopt pacifism.
Definitely not quite that far. And next turn, they would have had a decision to make of whether or not to do anything about the fire. This turn, though,
I
it's
had a feeling.
whatever they've already prepared.
You know what they say? You got to risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah. All right. So this guy down here has too much stuff between him and you. So it's going to be this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does this guy even have a clean shot? How far is it? I gotta zoom out. I can't see far enough for that guy. All right, there we go. Yes, he
Do I get a
does.
reflex save at all, by the way?
Not for being shot by blowguns.
But like, what if I'm like Neo from the Matrix?
If you specifically,
I'm the chosen one.
There's a feat called Hit the Deck that could be helpful to you in this situation. So if you have that,
Let me look. I don't think so. No, I do not have hit the deck,
All right.
unfortunately.
All right, so there's 7 guys that have good line of sight and shots on you within the first range increment. Technically, I could be meaner and give more of these blowgunners a shot on you, but I won't. And they just, because it's a prepared action, it's only the 1 shot. So you're getting lucky in a lot of ways on this, as bad as it sounds.
Well, that's why I couldn't see anything, because I was on the wrong tab.
Ouch. What's your AC?
Let me tell you. What do bracers of missile deflection do as far as this?
I do believe they give you a better AC against projectiles specifically.
It does. You gain +2 circumstance bonus to AC triggering attack.
All right, so yeah,
If
so
this
that's
would
going to
cause the
be
attack to be a failure. Okay, so my AC is
2 higher than
Where
whatever
is
is
my
listed.
okay, 22.
All right, so that's 1 crit.
Oh my gosh, you got a 32?
Yes, this guy rolled really well.
He is on his A game today. He's like all those fools snorkeling peasants.
Yeah, all right, so that's 1 crit.
Good thing I took that freaking health.
That's a miss. Another hit. What was your AC again? 22?
22.
Okay, yeah, so that is a hit. All right, I'm going to
Did
need
I
to
say
write this.
20? I meant like 24. How are we feeling about 24?
I'm feeling like that's a little bit of false information, fake
You
news.
see, I don't have my glasses on right now, so who am I really to say what my AC is?
All right, so that's a crit, a miss, a hit. A hit just barely.
I blame Akalupu for all this.
It's not Applebee's. It's dumb.
Maybe if Akalupu
What
had
the heck?
thrown
This
the
guy
bottle
rolled
a little better.
another one of them rolled 32.
Oh my gosh!
That's a second
Akalupu,
crit.
no. You're using a weighted dice.
Yeah, now you kind of see why you haven't broken out of this siege yet.
Yeah, these freaking Logar gunners, they're like, they ain't no slouches.
All right, that is a miss. How many is that? That's 6. Okay, 1 more. Another 32. What the heck?
Maybe refresh the page.
Right? All right, so that is 3 crits and 2 hits. Ouch.
What's the damage we're looking at here?
That's what I'm getting ready to roll. All right. Let's roll the crits first. All right, one of the crits was pretty low, so you're lucky there. So that's an 18, an 8, and a 16.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say the 18 was the low one. I'm like,
no, 8 was the low one. All right,
Okay.
and then we have 2 normal hits. So let's roll those as well. That is going to be an 8 and a 9. So that is going to bring us to a grand total of 59 damage.
all right, well, Monomanui's dead.
All right.
Snipes through the freaking eyeball by these ace blowgunners.
Yeah, so you step out of the tower and start
Can
trying.
I have like Reginald take like a diving save for me? Do like a get down, Mr. President type of save?
No, because unfortunately it works the other way. You have a feat where you have to do a diving save on Reginald if he starts.
That's what I'm saying.
If
What
he's
does
gonna
that feat
die.
actually do for me? I don't think that feat does jack diddly.
I mean, it
Except
can
for
save
make my
your
life
familiar.
Familiar is kind of like where you get all the.
I guess.
All right. So you go out of the tower and you start really sneakily trying to work your way over there. And just as you round the corner of your tower, you just get lit up from all sides of just blow darts in every orifice. And yeah,
As a quick question,
you are now dying.
I can't cast stabilize on myself, can I?
You are currently unconscious and dying.
But like, what if I was like, oh, Reginald, it's a trap. Transferred that spell to Reginald, and Reginald transfers that spell back to me.
You are unconscious and dying, so no, you cannot take actions.
I can't do like a reflex save beforehand to like maybe plan this all out into. Okay. All right.
Yeah, no, this is why you haven't broken out of this siege yet, is they haven't really done it because they're smart, but they really have created a situation where there's nowhere to go that doesn't immediately have you under fire from all angles. All right. So you are now unconscious and dying. PPOP, you wanna do another perception check?
Yeah, PPOP. Do you want to maybe like look hard for maybe a dying woman who just got freaking annihilated?
I mean, yeah, but it's not my turn yet, right?
You can make one anyway.
Okay.
Maybe save an old buddy, an old friend.
What's my perception? Plus 13 is a 20.
Nice. All right. Burn Bright will as well. And yeah, both of you definitely notice the blowgunners suddenly like snap into action and hear the unmistakable high-pitched squealing that you recognize from the stories that your parents told of all the times Manawanui stood in front of everyone and got shot. Because this is not a new thing.
Not a new thing. Jumping into volcanoes, getting shot.
Exactly. So like this is something you're pretty used to at this point. Or well, not used to, but this is something you've heard of. You immediately recognize what's going on. Manawanui is a bit of an arrow magnet.
Oh no. Sounds like someone's in trouble. Better go check that out.
Yeah, bro.
Sounds
Should
like
we
it's
just
coming
like
from the...
should we just like head straight there? Like I think Manawanui is like hurt bad.
Yeah, it sounds like it's coming from north of us. We better make a break for the tower so we can try and save him. Her.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put you guys in. Do you want to be over here where I just dropped Burn Bright?
Yes. But wasn't I already to the south?
How much total damage did I take?
59.
Oh, okay, that's why I'm dead. I thought it was 51. I was like, wait a minute, I should still have some hit points. No. Sadly, I think that beats me out by just...
Yeah, no, basically it'll be like we'll spawn you there on your turn. I'm just going to drop your tokens for now. If that makes sense, Jason.
Whatever you think.
Oop. Unless you want to be down here while Burn Bright's up there. Like, that's an option too.
I don't want to be, but it just feels like cheating.
Well, I was doing like basic fuzzy locations for you guys off map anyway, so It's fine with me.
I think here makes sense. Kind of close, but still kind of to the south, since that's the way I was headed, and it wasn't Burnbright's turn yet.
Yeah, because Burnbright was still over to the west. All right, so now it is Burnbright's turn. So one action to get on the map. He's gonna drop down his tower shield and his repeating crossbow. So that's another action. And then he is going to take a shot at the blowgunner closest to Manoa Nui. So this guy here. So let's get that. 17. I think that hits. Let's see. Oh, it's underneath. I can't see it. Yeah, that hits. 4, sadly not a crit, 10 points of damage. So he is going to shoot that guy, skewering him like a fruit kebab. And he is very dead. And then he's going to send Gur out. He's going to be like, Gur, murder their butts. So Gur is going to go over here and try to do a headbutt on specifically the guy's butt. And sadly, only a 12, so it's only a glancing blow. It doesn't do any damage. All right. So that leaves this guy. Where is he? Oh, maybe it's this guy. All right. He's going to freak out. And, yelling something in an unintelligible language, he's going to run over here and try to put the fire out. Or no, that's not him. This guy's going to go over here, try to put the fire out. Would that even be? Guess I'll make it a reflex save to see whether or not he burns himself trying to do this. And he rolls terribly. Crit fail. So does someone want to roll 1d8? Or no, what's the persistent burn damage on these guys? That would make more sense. 1 persistent fire and 1 splash damage. So we're going to do 2 damage to him. And he is going to have 1 persistent damage on him, but he will put out one of the fires. So he's going to take some damage. That's his turn. All right, that is everyone. So we start up a new round. So at this point, pandemonium has broken out, and ranks are very much breaking down. People are running in all directions. A few people over near Burnbright have realized there's a second attacker. Some of the ones further away are still high-fiving each other over having taken out that mean old witch lady who won't give them her house, which they think is thoroughly unfair. And a few that are closer to the fire are going to kind of run over, and they're also going to try to put out the fires. Let's get a reflex from them. All right, they did better, so they are only going to take 2 points of damage, but no persistent. and they put out the other 2 fires, smacking them with blankets or throwing buckets of water on them or something like that. This guy over here has realized that Burn Bright and Gur are over there. So he's going to take a shot at Burn Bright. That is going to be a 22. Burn Bright's AC is 27, so that is very much a miss. And that is going to be basically it for them. This guy over here is going to come over to the tower and yell at Akalupu. Let's give him a perception check, see if he realizes that Mono Inui has been taken out. $17. No, he does not realize Mono Inui has been taken out. But he's gonna yell at Mono Inui and just be like, "Fire can't help you! Give house!" And does he have a ranged attack? He does. And so then he's gonna take aim with his blowgun and see if he can hit Mono Inui up on the tower. What is your AC? Yeah, sorry, Akalupu. What is your AC, Akalupu?
To go up. 22 if you could hear.
Oh, no, I could not hear. All right, 22. So normally that would be a hit, but with all of the cover that you have up on the top of the tower, he misses. It glances off one of the stones, harmlessly missing Akalupu. So that is his turn. Ip, you are up.
All right. I am going to... I have a 40-foot move speed, right?
Correct.
I'm going to go use Burn Bright's cover. Go right back to where I started. Is it okay if I'm off screen like that?
Can you get yourself back on screen?
I can't. It's over for me.
Yeah, I don't even, like, I can't even select your token at this point,
How did it
so...
let me put it there if I can't get it back?
Right?
Yeah.
Alright, let me drop you a new token. You can be here.
No.
Alright,
Well, I'll go...
it runs off screen, de-reses, and then, you know, respawns back on screen.
Perfect. So that's my turn.
Alright. So that is your turn. Next up is the random Cocoa Biters. So this guy and the other guy by Gur are going to run over and they're going to try to attack him. So, let's see, what is Gur's AC? Alright, cool. Alright, a hit and a miss. Alright, for 5 damage on Gur. I guess at this point, these guys are probably starting to notice. This guy's going to start swimming to shore, so is that guy. This guy's going to move over. And I think that's going to be about it. So that is it for the Cocoa Biters. The Cocoa Biter grunts. The Stegosaurus is freaked out by the fire that just got thrown and is going to start rampaging in this direction. So let's get some attacks from that. 36, that's definitely a hit. A 21, that's definitely a hit. He already moved, so that's it. And 14 and 19 damage. So he is going to kill this guy and this guy. Actually, no, not that guy. He's gonna kill this blowgunner over here instead. All right, that is his turn. Akalupu, would you like to roll a perception check to see if you have noticed Manawa Nui's untimely potential demise?
Yes. I'm still muted.
No, you're good. Akalupu is just over there like, help me, I'm dying.
Uh, 18.
All right. Yes, you also heard the scream, which you recognize also from Akalupu's seniors stories, and yeah, you realize that Manawa Nui is not having a good day right now.
Oh no! Told you this was a dumb plan. Okay, but it is my turn, right?
Yes. Now,
Cool.
it is possible, like if you want to jump, you can do it. It'd be, to give you the math, just so you know what kind of damage you might take. It's 30 feet. So you would take, so everything past the first 5 feet, so 25 feet. Take bludgeoning damage equal to half the distance you fell when you land. So maximum you would take, what would that be, 12 damage? Because you round down. If you do take damage, you will land prone, so it will take another action to stand up, though. You can also, if you want to, you can use the grab and edge action to like catch yourself somewhat on the tower as you go, to reduce the damage as well. Because let's see, if you succeed at the grab and edge action, you treat the fall as if it was 20 feet shorter, or 30 feet if you intentionally dove in. So you would actually, if you succeed at the grab and edge action, you could do the jump without taking any damage.
I'll do that.
Oh no, that's for falling in water. All right, I need to look at what grab and edge actually does. When you fall past an edge, blah, 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 you can try to grab it, potentially stopping your fall. Because I'm assuming your tower, like, it's not super smooth earthwork or stonework, right? It's like there would be things to grab.
Yeah.
All right,
A lot
yeah.
of it's recycled stone from, like, the past civilization and things like that.
Okay, so if you succeed, you treat the fall as if it was 20 feet shorter. So that would almost negate all damage. You would only treat it as falling 5 feet. If you critically succeed, then you would treat it as 30 feet shorter and not take any damage.
Cool. I'll do that. So I probably have to like.
Yeah. So an action to basically. What I would suggest so that you can do it in one action would probably be to like, let's see. Yeah, jump off of like this edge over here. So like do a running jump from here off the edge. So it's all one action. And then that would leave you 2 actions when you get down.
Okay. Does that get me to the edge of the tower?
It gets you close enough to jump over the edge of the tower.
Okay. Yeah, so I will.
And yes, I'm playing slightly fast and loose here, but I think it's more fun that way.
I like it. Okay, yeah. So I will go to there and jump.
All right, so you can either roll climb or athletics here. Or no, it's a reflex save.
Okay, reflex save.
Yes.
Too bad. I really wish I could roll athletics.
I'll let you roll athletics since you're doing it on purpose. Because reflex kind of assumes that, like, oh, you just got knocked off the edge and you're trying to catch yourself. In this case, because you're doing it on purpose, I feel like athletics is perfectly fair.
I accidentally jump off a tower. I did it on purpose.
I pulled a Mono Anui.
You just roll a 1.
No. I was saying because I purposely jumped off.
Oh, right.
21.
All right. So that is a success. So you are going to take 2 damage. And you are now prone. Well, I guess since you caught yourself, I'll let you not be prone. Because you kind of like catch yourself as you're going down. Basically what Abe suggested, except not like sticking a sword somehow magically into a stone tower and writing it down.
It was badass.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So I'll let you be like have caught yourself almost all the way down. You know, like maybe you caught yourself a couple times to like slow your momentum, and then you're now standing at the ground level.
Cool. And then I can make it over there.
Yeah. I assume you have a 25-foot move speed.
I think so. Yes. Cool. Okay. And that's all my action. Correct? Yes, because I ran, jumped, and then ran.
Like I said, I'm playing a little fast and loose. I counted running and jumping as 1 action. Normally, yes, it would be 2, but I think this is more fun in the moment.
So can I like stabilize Mono Anui?
You can roll medicine and try.
Oh, I'm trying to see if I have any. I think I really have anything that's gonna help him. Like I don't have like a healing potion or anything. Alright. Medicine. Well, wish me luck, Mono Anui. I have a +0.
Now keep in mind, if you fail, you actually make things worse with a medicine check.
You also have hero points.
Yeah, I do have hero points. Well, like, what is gonna be like? What happens if I don't like stabilize it?
Then on his turn, he will get to roll to stabilize.
Yeah, I've got hero points. I'm feeling lucky. That's a good thing I have a hero point.
Did you roll a 1?
I did.
You just like stick your fingers directly into the wounds and are like, "Are you okay?"
I bought you some nice dice for your dang birthday. Roll with the dice. 16. See, isn't that much better?
Yes.
Than a dang 1. I tell you, man, your lab has it out for me.
Alright, so I got a 16.
You got a 16?
Yes.
All right, well, you're lucky. That is exactly what you had to hit.
There we go. Look at that.
Heyo, I'm stabilized.
All right, so you are stabilized. That means you lose the dying condition, but remain unconscious. So you are still unconscious. You can on your turn, you can wake up with 1 hit point, and you have dying 1
Would I have dying
or
one?
wounded 1.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
Yeah,
under the modifications.
Conditions? Would it be
Yeah.
conditions or
Yeah,
afflictions?
I think it's
Some
conditions.
Wounded.
Yeah, it's under conditions.
There's no wounded one, but there's wounded.
Well, yeah, you give yourself wounded, and then once you add it, you'll be able to set a level.
Oh,
And it
I
will.
see.
I think it defaults to 1, but if you go down again and then get up again, it'll go to wounded 2, right? And each time your wounded level goes up, it becomes more difficult for you to get back up. So going down multiple times significantly increases the odds of you dying. And then once you hit, I think it's wounded 4, you're just dead.
So if I have something that's die hard, which means I die at dying 5 rather than dying 4,
Then you die at dying 5 instead of dying 4.
does that have anything to do with woundedness?
Yes, that's kind of what it means. Because when you go down, basically you start out at dying 1 when you go down, but every level of wounded that you have increases the level of dying that you are at. So if you get to wounded 5 and then go down, you just die because you're already at dying 5 at the start, right?
Yeah. Okay, cool beans.
So basically, don't keep getting shot.
Well, I will attempt not to.
I will take that under advisement.
I will ask the blowgunners not to shoot me, but I can't make any promises on to if they'll listen. Okay, I am going
It's
to.
not your turn.
Is it not?
No, it is not.
Did Akalupu's turn not just finish?
Yes, it did, and then Burn Bright goes.
I thought I went after Akalupu permanently.
No, because you delayed your turn, it moved you down in the initiative order. That's why I told you, if you delay your
so
turn,
even though I waited till after Akalupu.
Yeah,
I went after Akalupu the first time, but then after that I go at the end of the initiative. Is that correct?
Not quite
so
the
the
end.
problem is it lowers your initiative number to the same number, so as if you roll the same number, but then basically how it breaks the tie.
Basically rolled first.
Yeah, well, how it breaks the tie, which is whatever that is.
I mean, I don't mind.
Applies.
Oh no, Burn Bright's gonna kill more bowgunners before I can wake up and get shot. Oh, drat.
Alright, so if you delay your action, you wait for the right moment to act. The rest of your turn doesn't happen yet. Instead, you are removed from the initiative order. You can return to the initiative order as a free action triggered by the end of any other creature's turn. This permanently changes your initiative to the new position. You can't use reactions until you return to the initiative. If you delay an entire round without returning to the initiative order, your action from the delayed turns are lost. Your initiative doesn't change, and your next action occurs at the original position in the initiative order. When you delay, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so basically I'm not actually sure why...
Burn Bright.
I'm not actually sure why it put you after Burn Bright.
Yeah, well, I think we've had this problem before. I think we figured out that basically the way Hero Lab handles it to adjust the initiative order is it gives you as if you rolled. So let's say my number Nui rolled a 20 and Burn Bright also rolled a 20, but then there's the tie breaking stuff based on
so that's probably what happened.
So it applies that. So
all right. So anyway, not your turn yet. So Akalupu, that's Akalupu's turn. Next up is Burn Bright. So Burn Bright is...
It works out better for me anyway, because Burn Bright gets to kill more fools before I can re-enter the fray.
Hopefully, anyway.
Well, yeah, that is true.
All right, Burn Bright is gonna take some more shots. That's a crit, a hit, and a hit. For 14, 10, and 9 damage. So he is going to kill this guy, this guy, and this guy. So then Gur is going to continue his rampage. Is gonna run in. I will suck out your soul! And head bash this next guy. Or try to anyway. Yep, that's a crit for 8 damage. So he's just gonna like ram his head straight through this this Cocoa Biter, shattering his helmet and exoskeleton, squirting juices all over the place. And then he is going to run. What is his move speed? 25, I think. Yeah, 25. All right, so then he is going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to here. All right, now it is your turn, Mano Anui.
Alright, so I am going to wake up. Is that an action? Like to like become conscious?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to use an action to become conscious, give myself that one little hit point.
And you are prone, obviously, because you were unconscious.
Yeah. Which, does that have an effect on anything?
If you want to, unless you want to crawl, you're going to have to stand up first.
Well, if I don't want to crawl, what if I just want to cast a bolt of lightning?
If it has an attack roll, being prone will incur a penalty on your attack roll. If it's an AoE effect, like a line attack or a cone, then no, it doesn't really do much.
Okay, so I don't have to roll to attack. That means
you just set the area, and then they usually get like a reflex save.
Okay. And 120-foot line. It says area. So what is that? Is that like a...
That means that it is a line that extends from your character 120 feet in your chosen direction.
And I like have it go. Wah, wah.
Now, you are... Yes, it's a line attacks are a straight line. You can't, like...
From me, though.
Yes, from you.
I can't have a... Okay.
Also, because of the earthenworks, they will have full cover, basically meaning you can't hit anyone behind the earthenworks, especially while prone.
Oh, so then no one. All right, so then I will take 2 medical checks and heal myself. Or attempt to.
You can only do the one.
Oh, well. Let me think then. Huh. How far is this? Where am I? Like 40 feet. Increments of 5. Being prone, does that help me like with cover wise or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you are more difficult to hit while prone. Treat wounds is what you would be using. Treat wounds requires 10 minutes, so there's nothing you can do with your medicine check that you could do in combat. Unless you have a feat for it. Because there is a feat for battlefield medicine that Sammy had that allowed her to do that.
Don't think so. No. Alright.
Do you not have any healing potions with you?
I don't think so. No, I do not.
That was poorly thought out.
Well, I don't know. When would I have prepped the healing potions? Is a good question.
I assume you would have a few rolling around in the tower somewhere.
Kind of just like retcon that. Like, yeah, of course I have healing potions.
Sure, give yourself 2 of the... Let's see, what did I give Burn Bright? Because I did give him healing potions, and I generally suggest everyone, like, that's when you're setting up your character, you should have a few.
Well, I don't know, because usually, I'm just like add stuff to myself. So I don't know if that's illicit. Would that be...
You guys never really had much of a need for them because Sammy was always there, and technically,
right?
Ip is there once it's his turn. Oh, Burn Bright doesn't have any either. All right, well, I guess you guys probably don't have any then, because that hasn't really been a thing you guys have crafted.
I crafted some for me.
True. But you didn't share with your friends.
Because I have foresight.
Exactly.
Alright, I'm going to stand and run back in my tower. That's my 2 actions.
Alrighty, so that is your turn.
Don't worry about it. He's chill.
Alright, so these guys are gonna come over and start trying to beat down this Stegosaurus. What is his AC? Alright. Not too shabby. Alright, that is a miss, and a miss, and a miss. So their weapons just bounce more or less harmlessly off of his thick hide. And then these guys are going to finally fish themselves out of the water. And they are going to try and attack Gur. Or no, what am I talking about? These aren't even the right people. It's someone else's turn. They went earlier. Blur. Alright. Never mind. It's this guy's turn. He's gonna run over here and start like yelling at the guy with the fancy hat. Try to figure out what's going on. That is his turn. Well, I guess I'll give him a perception check. Maybe he actually does notice what's going on. He does not. Luckily. All right, we are back to the top of the initiative.
Dude.
All right.
Sorry, not you guys. Talking to...
All right, so these guys are going to start trying to fish themselves out of the water and get to their weapons. This guy here is going to take a shot at Gur. And that is going to hit for 3 damage. Which was a very low roll, luckily for Gur. Are there any other blowgunners? I guess this guy will also take a shot at Gur. And miss. And then, luckily, Burn Bright has cleared out all the other guys that are terribly close. I guess this guy here knows that Akalupu is there at this point for sure. So he'll take a shot. Akalupu, I don't think a 15 hits.
Nope, AC's 22.
Sweet.
So 32.
A blow dart whistles harmlessly past Akalupu. And that is it for their turn. Next up is the guy in the fancy hat. So he is going to do a perception check. And he notices the rampaging dinosaur, but not you guys. What is his move speed? 25 probably. Where's his move speed? Oh, I don't see it. Well, I'm gonna assume it's 25. So he is gonna move here and then here. Running over to try and take care of the dinosaurs. That is his turn. All right, Ip, you are up. Go and take the skull off of Mono Anui real quick.
Yeah, I'm not. I think I actually want to defer my turn.
All right. Defer action. Next up are the.
I'm gonna wait till after Gerd goes.
Okay. So these two guys are gonna fish themselves out of the water, and they are going to try and punch Gur because they do not have their weapons with them. That's a miss and a miss. Who else? I guess these guys are gonna start getting into the actions. They're gonna make their way towards you. And then these three are gonna try and attack the Stegosaurus, and I'll just use their rolls from last time. So they all end up bouncing harmlessly off of its hide. And that is, I guess a few of these guys are gonna also head toward the Stegosaurus because they know it's out there causing a ruckus. There we go. That is their turn. All right. The Stegosaurus is going to continue rampaging. So he's gonna come down here. And let's get some stompies from him. That is a crit, and a crit, and a hit. For 32, 24, and 18 damage. And so one thing I'm thinking for like when you're fighting a bunch of weaker enemies like this is to basically treat some of your damage as like splash damage, where basically you do so much damage that you can like basically cleave through targets if they're adjacent.
That's kind of sick.
So I will give that to the Stegosaurus as well, even though he is not technically your ally. So he's going to kill all 4 of these guys, because the first attack will say cleaved through those 2 guys on the top left. All right, so that is the Stegosaurus's turn. Akalupu, you are up.
I am going to, let's see.
So you could sudden charge into here, like anything within 50 feet.
Yeah. I'm gonna go, and do that against.
Yeah, I might go right here where I'm pointing, because like I said, I'm giving you that cleave damage, so that'll give you a chance to kill a good number of them all clumped up right there.
Yeah, I'll do that. Alright, now I get to use my Mahuatl. All right. First attack gets a 29.
All right. That is a crit.
You want me to keep just rolling all of the
No, do that first
attacks,
attack.
right? Or no?
Yeah, just do that first attack. So it is a crit. You do have 10-foot range, so this damage can bleed over to all, what is this, 5 targets next to you?
All right. 32.
All right, so you are going to kill 3 of them. Which 3 would you like to die? Or no? A bunch of these guys are little guys. Actually, you kill all of them.
Nice. So yeah.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, the blowgunners have a little bit more health. All right, so Akalupu just comes charging in. Not even raging yet. Right?
Yep.
And just like plants 1 foot sturdily into the ground and swings in this huge arc, this just giant half club, half sword, half saw, 120%, well, I guess that would be 150% in total, 150% deadly Mahwaddle in this giant arc around him, splitting them like viciously. Like it's not sharp, it's not cutting them evenly. Well, it is sharp, but it's not like a blade where it would be an even like a clean cut. It's as much bashing them to pieces as it is cutting, as he just like uses the sheer mass and strength behind the weapon to send these guys just into pieces, flying across the battlefield, splattering their allies in gore and viscera.
Come at me, bro!
Ooh, I see you like to paint with life paint too.
Life paint is my primary canvas.
Yeah, and you see, despite how much still goes flying in all directions, quite a bit, an unnatural amount of their blood is drawn into the sword, and you see the red gem glowing brightly as it is feasting.
Nice. All right. And let's see. So that's 2 actions.
Yeah.
And then I would just want to do that again right here, right?
We only have 1 action left, but you can position yourself for your next attack.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and I'll just do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, guys.
Right, come at me,
Okay.
bro.
I changed my mind. I want to go after Akaloop.
All right, cool. So let's see if this works. Well, let's try this. Rather than doing it after I say Akalupu acted, what if I say done deferring now? Okay, so that's what I need to do. That's why it put you 1 lower than you should have been. I need to do it before I have the person act. There we go. Now we know how this works. All right, Ip, you are up.
Okie doke. I'm going to move here and then cast heal on Gur.
Gur has only taken like 8 hit points of damage. So, I mean, you can if you want. I'm just saying he's not really hurt that much.
Yeah, that's just pretty much all I can.
You don't have a crossbow that you could shoot some fools with?
I guess I could, but I figured Burnbraid's gonna take care of that. He's got his drawn already.
Well, so do you. I assume you've been holding the crossbow.
Oh, right, I changed my shield so that I can have my crossbow and my shield. No.
No, you can't have the crossbow and the shield at the same time. But on your turn, you can decide, like, I now hold my crossbow, and then you just don't have your
Oh.
shield held.
Okay, that makes sense. Then I want the crossbow.
All right, are you still going to move first, or are you going to stay over in cover with Burn Bright?
Oh no, I'm still gonna move. Well, I guess it doesn't. But because I'm gonna move either way. But I'm gonna move differently because I started here.
And you did see Mono Inui run back into the tower, so that's another option, is you could just, like, how far could you get toward... so that'd be, you could triple move and get in there with Mono Inui.
Now I'm gonna go in here. Wait. 80 feet is 2 moves, right?
Yeah. So that's 2
Was it-
stride
wait.
actions.
And then I'm gonna take aim at this motherfucker here. Wait, why can't I ping?
Yeah, you've got the measuring tool. You gotta go back to the selector tool. Sweet. Do you want to shoot someone who's not probably just going to die to Akalupu as soon as his turn comes up?
Well, I can't really. Well, I guess maybe I can hit this guy.
Yeah, you could hit that guy. You could also hit this guy.
He's behind cover though.
Yeah, he has some cover, but you could still make the shot. It's not
Is there
full
a guy
cover.
who's still alive in the water?
Yes, there is still a guy alive in the water right here.
Yeah, but he's Burn Bright's prey. Yeah, I still like this guy. Let's
Alright.
take him out.
So, this guy here?
No,
This guy.
this guy. Yeah.
Sweet.
This will just be easier to do in hero. 27.
Alright, that'll hit. Is that a crit? Might be. Let's see, what is their AC? Nope, not a crit.
13 damage.
Alright, he did. So he sees you and is like, a horse, and points his blowgun at you, and then you shoot him straight through the blowgun.
Oof.
Right down the
Right in
throat.
the jugular.
Oh yeah. Alright, so that is your turn.
Actually, that'll probably hit him in the brainstem. Well, they're not really.
Yeah, no,
Kind of just
I
hits
mean,
him right in the husk.
yeah, you're not even sure if these guys have brains, TBH. Alright, well, Burn Bright is actually gonna move because he's got a rampaging dinosaur bearing down on him, and that seems like a bad situation. Unless, does he have anything? Let's see. No, not really. Alright, yeah, so he is just gonna move. So he's probably gonna come and join you, honestly. So yeah, he's gonna come over here, stand on top of the wall. And then that is a double move, so it's only gonna leave him one more action. So he's not going to set up the tower shield this time. He's just gonna shoot normally, leaving the tower shield kind of off, mounted on his back or wherever he keeps it. So let's get an attack. This is going to be the last shot in his clip, so he will have to reload next turn. 31. That is a crit. For 22 damage. So he is going to take out this guy. Alright, Mono Inui, is your turn.
Alright, Mano Anui is going to transfer a spell to Reginald. It's going to transfer Vampiric Touch to Reginald. And then, do I just move Reginald on this turn, or how does that work?
Yeah, so Reginald gets two actions on your turn, and you can control him.
Okay.
Now, have you closed? Did you close that door behind you when you retreated into the tower?
I didn't, but kind of like out of sight.
Okay.
Like right here, because this is like the ways in. So I guess theoretically,
it would some of them have a shot, but it'd be pretty hard.
I mean, these guys are pretty dang good.
Oh yeah, no, these guys got some
As
aim.
Model Nui can attest to. And then what is Reginald's move speed? I think it's 25. It is 25. Reggie, good old Reggie. Reggie the Veggie. He is kind of at combat. He didn't come in with me. He's still out here. I'm like, come on. Well, no, because I need to give him the spell. So JK. 50 feet. He's gonna go right. I gotta put my feet in there. Oh. There we go. And then. Do I have one more? No. Because left Reginald. Okay, cool. I think that's my actions.
All right. So that is your turn. Next up is this guy over. Where is he? Here. So he's going to get up on the earthworks here, and he's actually going to take a shot at the dinosaur. Let's see, a 17. That misses. And a 9. That also misses. Which is unfortunate. If he'd hit, he actually might have gotten the dinosaur to start rampaging in the other direction toward whoever's attacking him. But no such luck. Alright, so that is the end of that round. We've been going for a couple of hours now. Do we want to go ahead and wrap up here and pick up on the siege of Manawanui Tower next session?
I think that makes the most sense.
Alright. So we'll go ahead and wrap up here, and as always, who do I want to go first? Let's go with Ip. What has Ip learned?
Ip has learned that spells taking 2 actions is really annoying in the logistics of a battle.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to my freaking life.
But they also are very powerful, so, checks and balances.
Yeah, it's just like even hard to pull off. I didn't get a single spell off.
Yep. Oh yeah, especially when you need to move and still do spells, like you only get 1 move action and then still cast a spell.
Yeah.
Definitely, I don't know if you have access to haste, but that is a pretty nice one where it gives you that extra action so that you can either move twice and cast a spell or cast 2 spells.
Ooh.
All right.
Let's see
What
if I have
has...
access.
Yeah, because that's a good one. Sammy grabbed that. Or, no. Yasuka.
That's a spell?
Yeah.
Or a skill?
It's a spell. And Yasuka had that and was definitely able to take advantage of it. To really do some damage.
No matches.
Sad. I mean, it makes sense, as a cleric, you're not gonna have access to as many of those types of spells.
Yeah, and from what I've read, the cleric spells are pretty OP, so they don't want you.
Yeah, cleric is, because it's the cliche that no one wants to play a cleric. Clerics are actually kind of overpowered just in general. All right. What has Junior learned, other than that he's a badass?
Yeah, well, I was going to say the Junior learned that he's glad that he takes after a different spirit animal and can use weapons.
Yeah, especially like the 10-foot reach, like that. Yeah, pretty sweet. Rather than having to just like take some chunks out of people.
Yes. Especially when you're fighting multiple enemies.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm not going to apply that to all fights, but specifically this kind of a fight where you're fighting like a horde of weak enemies, I think the cleave damage makes sense as a way to especially like move through all the enemies a little faster.
Yeah.
Because you've killed a bunch already. And the Stegosaurus is doing some work for you as well.
Yeah.
All right. And last but not least, what has Manawa Nui learned? Certainly not to stop standing in front of people shooting at her, because like that's just ingrained habit at this point.
Nah, Manawa Nui
goodness.
learned that she should take some spells that Sammy had, but Sammy has mysteriously disappeared.
No, Sammy's dead.
Are you sure?
Yeah, she died in childbirth.
Sammy's like dead. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, Sammy is confirmed dead.
Well, since Sammy is dead, like in the ground, you know, little cross and maybe some daisies thrown on
Yeah,
top.
missing her eyes, I assume. Yeah, there's probably a
Don't even worry about it.
jar somewhere in your tower.
Guys, people don't need eyes when they're dead, so I rest my case.
Alrighty. Well, thanks everyone for joining me. I hope you all had a great time. And